Hello everybody, and thank you for clicking on this video. Things are going really well for Sunderland Association Football Club at the moment. Going into the international break, Sunderland are top of the league, having played 4 games and won them all, and conceded only 1 goal, which was one of the strangest own goals you'll ever see. This success has largely been attributed to one man, and that is Regis Lebris, the manager who we waited months and months to appoint in the summer. The build up to that appointment was absolutely crazy. So much speculation. It seemed like every single day Sunderland were linked with a new name. Some obscure manager from somewhere in Europe would become the odds-on favourite, and then 24 hours later someone else would take their place. Now it seems like we got the right man. However, today I just want to look back at some of the names we were linked with and see where they went and what they're doing now. So we'll start off with the obvious one, Will Still. He was the person who everyone assumed we were going to get. It seemed like he was the man that the club had lined up, well, since Michael Beale left. However, in the end, he decided to go to RC Lens. Now at the moment they are 5th in the league. They've won 2, drawn 1 and have 0 losses, and they're doing really well, so fair play to Will Still. He looks like he got a good move for himself. He seems to be enjoying life. Next up we have Marty Fuentes, QPR manager. At one point the media was saying that we would try and tempt him away from Loftus Road to come to Wearside. He decided to stay, which I made a video saying that I think he would have been mad to have left what he's got at QPR, because he's doing well there, the fans love him, and he seems to have really bedded in well at that club. They've had a distinctly average start to the season. They're 12th in the Championship. They've won 1, had 2 draws, though that one win was a win against newly relegated Luton Town, and I did watch that game. Really impressed with how they played. I think QPR will be fine. Next up we have Didier Digard. A really random one who popped up towards the end of the managerial hunt. He ended up joining Le Havre as the head coach. And they're not doing too bad. They're 7th in the league. They've won 2 and lost 1. He might prove to be a good appointment there, but I won't lose sleep that we didn't get him. Next up is Pascal Jansen. This one at the time seemed like it would have been quite an appointment. He managed in the Europa League, Champions League, Europa Conference League, getting as far as the Europa Conference semi-finals. He seemed like a bit of a standout candidate at one point. However, he's gone on to manage in the Hungarian League at Ferencvárosi. They've played 4 and they've won 4. They're top of the league. Basically, they are the Hungarian Sunderland. So, fair play to Pascal for that. Next up is Liam Rosenior. At one point he looked like he was absolutely nailed on, like the media were reporting that it was basically a done deal. He was one of those, everyone assumed that he was going to take over a championship club. It was just a case of which one is it going to be. But he ended up going to Strasbourg in France, which, fair play, brave move from him. They're currently 9th in the table. They've played 3, they've won 1, they've drawn 1, they've lost 1. So at the moment, the jury's still out on Rosenior. I hope he does well though. He seems like a likeable chap. The next manager is Stephen Robinson. They're currently 7th. They've won 1, they've drawn 1, they've lost 2. Definitely don't think we've missed out there, to be honest. Around the same time we were linked with Stockport County's manager Dave Challinor. Now that sounds mental with no context. Stockport County manager being linked with taking over Sunderland. Eh? It sounds wild, especially considering they were in the National League just a few years ago. But this is the thing, Dave Challinor got them promoted from the National League and League 2, stopping Wrexham from winning the leagues in the process. And at the moment, they're top of League 1 with Wrexham in 2nd. Both teams have won 3 and drawn 1. So Stockport and Wrexham are once again, at the moment, battling out for the top spot. Maybe you don't need Deadpool, you just need Dave Challinor. And then finally, two of the names that were linked with us but are still out of a job. Frank Lampard. He won Soccer Aid, probably his biggest achievement in management. I would have been very, very disheartened if we'd have taken Frank Lampard on, because he just doesn't seem like a manager, unfortunately. It's a shame, because he was a great, great footballer. Doesn't always mean you'll be a good head coach, and for Frank, doesn't look like that's the case. And the final one was RaphaelWiki, who was at one point mentioned. He's still looking for a job, and if he finds a job, he might be miserable now. So there you go, there's just some of the names that were mentioned in the summer for Sunderland and the managerial position. In the end, we hired Regis Lebris, and to be quite frank, I think we got the right man in, because the way he has instilled an identity in our football and got the team playing the way they do is absolutely incredible. An absolute joy to watch at the moment. The way that they constantly press the opposition, just chasing them down. The work rate off the ball, just constantly stifling the opposition, forcing the mistakes, and then going on the counter-attack. It's stunning football to watch, and it's a total joy. And you watched that goal the other day, 17-year-old Chris Rigg making that tackle to set up that goal. Oh, it's incredible. It's truly incredible, and I can't wait to see more of it. Sod the international break. I want to see Sunderland playing this weekend.